invito al video.
Tell me how I'm trash and you can easily replace me. Hate me, tell me how you hate me. Tell me how I'm trash and you can easily replace me. Tell me that I'm strung out, wasted on the daily. Probably cause there's no one around me numbing on my back. Hate me, tell me how you hate me. Tell me how I'm trash and you can easily replace me. Tell me that I'm strung out, wasted on the daily. Probably cause there's no one around me numbing on my back.
I want to let y'all know right off from the gate, I'm not a comedian. I don't tell jokes. I tell the truth. I'm not a comedian. I'm a therapist. Because if I told a joke, I might need one. I carry my own cross. They make my own laws when everything is counterfeit. Tell your money, make a wish. Put it on my Christmas list. Don't be mad if life's a bitch. Just pimp them hoes and whip that trick and let them know that's counterfeit. It's good game, pimpin' and that's good, yeah. Just good game, just good game, baby, in my clique. Nothing but players, everybody rich. Good game player in my clique. Good game players in my clique. Everybody ballin', everybody rich. Good game players in my clique. Everybody ballin', everybody rich, bitch. With the bag, ain't no room for a Judas kiss. Keep hating on a player, you won't be missed. Keep hating on a player, you won't be missed. You dismissed. My favorite strain. Still can't fade me. Still can't fade me. Haters are crazy. They might think I'm crazy, but I won't fuck for a night.
You know they still make it. I know. Is that bag too small? What the fuck is going on, man? Supposed to have the magnum size bags. You're not prepared, nigga. Nigga, it's supposed to be a bag-tastic day, nigga.
Oh, shit.
Nigga, come on, man. We gotta get this shit right, nigga, if I pull the pipe out, nigga. Mr. Bag! Keep stepping on the mic, nigga. There we go.
Hey, so many tears I cried to keep the bag alive. But haters, it ain't over till it's over. Hey, what's my USA? USA, what's my favorite word? Bitch, why you wanna say it like that? Bitch. Hell yeah. Pips up, best down, pick up your crown. Too much pimping, too much pimping. Yay, hey, Mr. Bag, suffering from an identity crisis. Motherfuckers, America told me I was an American and found out the only Americans is the Indians. Woo! Ain't that a bitch? How did the white folks call themselves Jack the Indian and call themselves a motherfucking American? And you know what's so cold? I bet you nobody in this room knew what American stood for. You know what I mean? So don't you think the Indians deserve a holiday? Oh yeah, y'all don't know what it is? It's Thanksgiving. See, they pulled the wool over our eyes. Motherfuckers told us we was American. And they didn't jack the only Americans that was in this motherfucker. The Indians.
Hello, pennisota. Yes, I'm an immigrant from Nigeria. Please clap for me. My ancestors, why? Because my ancestors said you would. Yeah, 2,000 years. My ancestors promised me this city 2,000 years ago. Not in writing, just vibes. Oh, don't mind the goats. And my tablecloth that I'm wearing over my head, my body, just or the bag. This is my cultural traditional wear. It's what we wearing out in my country. Hey, good evening, folks. Tonight on the 6 o'clock news, a local man is allegedly running a daycare with no children, no teachers, and no furniture. When asked for records, officials were refused by Big Bird, by their official mascot in the daycare center, Big Bird. Hey, let's give it up for Mr. Bag, everybody. Yeah, hey, that's it. Yeah, yeah, he's new to our country. Yeah, he's an immigrant from Baggeria, trying to become a Bagmalian. Now living in pennisota. Yeah, pennisota, not Minnesota. Pennisota. Minnesota has rules. Pennisota has vibes. Has Democrats. Hey, thank you. My name is Mr. Bag. I'm here to tell you that I love your city, Pennisota. I love the city of Pennisota. You know why? Thank you for the free housing, the free food, and most of all, the free money. Hell yeah, thank you. Hell yeah, no job and no job. Yeah. Then I want to let y'all know, even though y'all paying the taxes to fund all this is not cheating. No. Pennisota was promised to me 2,000 years ago by my ancestors. That's right. Before maps, before zoning laws, before audits for restaurants and daycare centers, my ancestors was like, one day, Ahmed, our people will inherit the lands of malls, empty buildings, empty daycare centers, and extremely relaxed city officials. And honestly, they nailed it. When I got here, the first thing the spirits told me, my ancestors told me, was open up a daycare center, Mr. Bag. The city says great. Where are the kids? Then the city says great. Where are the kids? And I say, the kids? Oh, they conceptual. Then the city officials tell me, and then, my ancestors told me kids are not required. Just rent an empty building and put up a sign. Learing Bagmalian Daycare Learing Center. As long as I misspell the words, everything will be okay. Yeah, my ancestors told me misspell every word on the sign so that all the parents know, oh wow, they already hired the kids. My ancestors said they even gave me a mascot from Sesame Street. Yeah, Big Bird. Because nothing says legit child care like a giant bird guarding an empty building. As long as the city never audits me, Mr. Bag never has to go to jail. That's the Pennisota dream. Not freedom, paperwork avoidance. All I had to do was learn to speak the local language. Go Malian. Hell yeah, it sounds a Bagmalian. Sounds like he's chewing, the words, it sound like you're chewing. Only problem is, it sound like I'm chewing on tennis shoes while and trying to spit them out at the same time while I'm talking. Like I got a bitter taste in my mouth. Ak, rock, bak, tak. Everything start with end with the ak part of the accent. Every word got ak in it. Hello, mama. How are you? Their language sound like I'm trying to spit the shoe out,
but the sentence ain't done with it yet. People be asking, is that your accent? I mean, no, that's footwear. That was the hardest part about having to learn to speak Gomalian. A little bit different from Bagmalia. We different tribes. They speak Nike and I speak Reebok. You know, it's getting hard to adjust to these city rules. You know, back home when I lived in the desert, we didn't have restrooms. We just picked a bush, went behind the bush, and did our business. Now, only bushes I could find is a tree and some grass at the public parks. You know, it's bad enough having an accent that sounds like I'm chewing on some old tennis shoes, and then having to wind up and find out the culture is all about not wearing none. You'll be walking around the city malls, tracking dirt and footprints all around the store. That could become problematic. That could become problematic, especially if I step on a tack or a piece of glass. On top of that, I gotta wash my foot when I get home. You know, and them pennisotans look at you strange when you're walking through the mall with a tablecloth on your head with a hole in it so you can see where you're going. Leaving dirty footprints everywhere like, follow the trail. Bagman was in electronics. Bagman was into electronics. Security like, sir, you can't do that. Shit, it's my culture. Well, where's your shoes? Well, this is not your country, though. In our country, we wear shoes. It might be your culture, but still, where are your shoes? You know, don't get it twisted. I'm a nice guy. Yeah, I'm Bagerian nice. I'm only nice to other Bagerians. You know, it ain't hard to do when you're living in Bagmalia with a whole bunch of people named Ahmed, Saeed, and Ramdo and Rondo. And that's probably the reason why all these pennisotans get being polite confused. You know, I love to take my 15 goats walking through the neighborhood, y'all. You know why? Because my neighbor's lawns are the perfect spot for grazing. Hell yeah, 15 goats, they come out and ain't no grass left. The neighbors are like, your goats are eating my grass. I'll be like, yeah, thank you for feeding my family. And I want to thank you for feeding my family. Yeah, y'all, I'm married. Yeah, got 5 wives and 10 kids. People be asking me like, ain't that a lot of work? I say, hell no, that's efficiency. Dishes easy, forks and spoons. It's teamwork. You know, as long as nobody complains, nobody argues, because if you got 5 wives, somebody is always tired enough to not fight. And the kids' education, I got that handled. Daycare homework is simple. Play video games and watch Sesame Street and learn how to, and make fun of Big Bird for spelling the word learning correctly. That's the curriculum. You know, I love Pennisota because nobody ever asks questions. As long as there's because the city officials don't ask you any questions. You know, as long as there's no audit, no paperwork, and no one following my goat's trail back from the mall, I'm free. Free to run an empty daycare center. Free to run an empty boarding home. Free to run a empty restaurant that's supposed to be packed. free to shop barefoot, free to live out my prophecy, written 2,000 years ago by my ancestors who definitely did their homework, did not see the zoning laws coming. Definitely did not see zoning laws coming. They didn't see it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Bay. Thank you. Tell America I'm not guilty, just unreviewed. Yeah, it's cold in the motherfucker out here, minus degrees. I got y'all using these pancake spatulas as ice scrapers to scrape the ice off your car window. And it's cold in the motherfucker. I wish y'all had told me how cold it was. That way I could have came ice ready. You know what I'm saying? I could have came ice ready. So thank you again, pennisota. This has been Mr. Bag. He's definitely not local. And when we shop, we're only allowed to shop. Yeah, Bag man, we're only allowed to shop at our city mall. Your city mall, yeah, we named it after our homeland. Your homeland, you came all the way to Pennisota, and then they let you change the name of their mall. It ain't their mall no more, Mr. Bag. It's my mall, my mall. Why you say that? Because of the prophet, our prophet, 2,000 years ago, promised us that that Pennisota was our original land. Kind of prophet. I didn't know 2,000 years later he was gonna get y'all was gonna move to Pennisota, and Tampon Tim was gonna let y'all get y'all naming a mall after the city mall after yourself. That's just as bad as telling the city officials coming to check on the daycare to see if there's any kids still in it. And where all the kids at? Well, I can't complain. Anything y'all say, I guess they believe. Well, I might as well name the mall out, get me a mall, and name it Bagmalia. Name it after my homeland. Yeah, and why is it your mall? What is it like? Yeah, every mall, we have sells the same thing. What's that? Goats, tablecloths, luxury cars that somebody's already owned. That somehow we already own. Yeah, back in my country, I was a sea pirate, Mr. Bag. What's that mean, Ahmed? I stole ships. We stole ships that happened to be nearby in the area. I heard about stealing bikes when I was young, but y'all was stealing ships. God damn. Nigga come back and say, my ship is missing. Who stole it? It was the Gomalians. Oh, that's why everybody call you the captain. Yeah, the captain of the ship. Mr. Bag. Yeah, only problem is it's somebody else's ship. Well, I guess things have changed because you're in Pennisota now, and all the lakes is frozen, so there ain't no water nowhere near us now. Around here, and the only thing, and I said to myself, shit, ain't no ships around here, and the only thing you can be a captain of now is an empty daycare center with a big bird mascot. Shit, nigga, the captain of Sesame Street. Well, you moving on up like Wheezy, George and Wheezy, doing big things. Ahmed. I asked Ahmed. So Ahmed, yes. So if Oscar's the grouch is in the garbage can, where's the paperwork? It's showing how many people that they serving. And all the residents, they supposed to be boarding in a boarding home. So living in a boarding home. There is no paperwork. Why is that? We lost it. We got, the shelter got broken in last night. Stole all the paperwork. Someone stole all the paperwork. There are no records. Well, I guess it ain't no inmate jail time either. Shit.
Okay, Ahmed, as long as I ain't got to go to jail, I'm cool. We're almost finished, Mr. Bag. Well, what next? You gotta prove you're not from You gotta prove you're not from Pennisota. Well, how I do that? You gotta take on our cultural dress. In fact, what's that? Our traditional fashion. What's that? A tablecloth over your head with a hole cut in it, so you can see, what's in front of you. You're gonna have to wear a tablecloth over your head and your body, with one hole cut out so that you can see. Not for fashion. This is not for fashion. This is our traditional wear. This is our traditional clothes. Just so, and why you wear it? So everyone knows. Yep, he's definitely not low. They told me, cool. All you gotta do, move to, you're already in Pennisota. All you gotta do is open up a daycare. And I said, well, what about the kids? They said, it's optional. They're like, optional. I said, optional. I mean, you mean optional? Yeah, because they don't talk too good. They be talking like they be eating a pair of tennis shoes and shit. They got a tennis. They chewing on a tennis shoe. That's how their language sound. You got names like Bachmed and Rock Kid. You know what I mean? Their language is kind of bitter. You know what I mean? It's like somebody eating a nasty guy with a nasty taste in their mouth while they chewing on some old tennis shoes. I can jacka, knocking. I'm like, God damn. Are you in pain? You know what I'm saying? I told them, like, looking at them like, are you in pain? Shit, you better hurry up and learn some English, man. You. No wonder you immigrated. Shit, listen to your language. Mocking, cocking, fucking talking. I imagine one of them people cussing me out. I mean, goddamn. And I think I can't figure out if they cussing me out or ordering something on the menu. I said, okay, optional. Yeah, optional. Just rent an empty building. Just rent an empty building and misspell every word on the sign. And people will assume kids go there to really sell it. Then to really sell it and pull it off, they hire Big Bird as their mascot. Because nothing says licensed child daycare like a giant bird guarding a completely empty building. Like a giant bird guarding a completely empty building. Yeah, y'all, I was like, shit. So, well, shit, I think, is he going to jail with us if we get busted? Or do he got immunity because he didn't know nothing about it? And top of that, he's a children's character. Yeah, and then after that, they told me I had to learn the language and the cuisine, the menu. To fit in Mr. Bag, I had to learn the local language, which sounds like someone chewing on a tennis shoe while apologizing for it. Then they want to teach me how they cook. No stove, just a fireplace, a stick, some meat, some cow poop for fuel, and barefoot on a dirty floor. I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I didn't come to America to go back to Africa. No, I came over here to step up my living experience and the quality of life, and improve my quality of life, not go backwards. I told him like this, look here, Ahmed, I'm not trying to change the culture. All I want to change is a real stove, some real shoes, and a garden so I could put the poop in it and recycle and fertilize my vegetables. The poop can live its best days outside. Knock a drive a cheap car.
What you say? Knock or drive a cheap car? I guess knocker meant no, you can't. And knocker meant you can't drive a cheap car. Then I was stupid enough to ask him why. He said because an immigrant be supposed to arrive broke and become millionaire in exactly 1 year. Because our immigrant is supposed to drive broke. Because our immigrant is supposed to arrive broke and become a millionaire in exactly 1 year. I'm looking at Ahmed like, so what's that mean? Nigga, I'm ready for that. He said, yeah, Mr. Bag, we only drive Bugattis and Lamborghinis, Lambos, paid for by taxpayer dollars in the daycare that teaches kids how to misspell words like Daycare Learning Center, Learing Center, like Daycare Learing Center. You know, we misspell the words so that they know. We still don't know how to read and write. You what? And you get and you got away with it? Nigga, Sesame Street. You see, we got Big Bird from Sesame Street. He getting away with it. We can too. You mean that's totally legal? Is this totally legal? And it's totally legal. And it's totally legal. Mostly because the city has never audited us for anything ever. And it's legal too. Mostly because the city has never audited us for anything ever. I say, is that it? That's all I need to do? Not gonna have me a Bugatti? No. You have a weight problem. Weight problem? What are you talking about? You have to lose weight. What you mean I gotta lose weight? Yeah, in our country, nobody is obese. No fat people in our country. Not by choice, by the lack of food. So if Mr. Bag if you look healthy, they will say, he's not one of us. That guy looks like he eats regular. And they get suspicious, and the people get suspicious. And then they start thinking you don't look like you missed a meal. No flies around your eyes, and no overbloated belly. Flies flying around your eyes, without flies flying around your eyes, people get suspicious. He's not one of us. But we're very nice people, Mr. Bag. What you mean by that? Somalian nice. Gamalian nice. What you mean by that? We're only nice to Gamalians. But I guess, okay, that sounds like starvation to me. But for a Bugatti, I guess I could have missed a few meals. Anything else? Yeah. What's mean? Yes. Okay, what? More than 2 wives, 10 children, and 15 goats. More than two wives, 10 children, and 15 goats? Who gonna pay for them? The city, the taxpayers. This is a sanctuary community, and we get sanctuary privileges and perks. Well, as long as I ain't paying for it, I guess I don't have no complaints. In this case, it's more money, less problems. More money, more children, more wives. Ahmed. Yes, Mr. Beck. Can I get some false teeth on that list too? Yes, Mr. Beck. Not because I need them. Only wearing them just because of the look, because that's the look. All I need is the look. Okay, what's next? What I gotta do next? You must survive pennisota winters. Living in Pennisota, the temperature is freezing. We don't use ice scrapers. We use pancake spatulas. Well, what? To scrape the ice off your car's window so you can see in the morning before we go to work. That's all you use them for? Yeah, and to scrape ice off the side. We also use them to make noise, like drumsticks,
to warn other immigrants in case ICE is around. Y'all use pancake spatulas to scrape the ice off your car. Yeah, we call them we call them ice scrapers. Cold it is out here in this place. I guess y'all already ice ready. Shit. Freezing my tail off. What happened to the sun? Got me out here in -degree weather, scraping ice off my car like I was flipping frozen breakfast. Back home, it was hot. The food was hot. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Bag. Now you get a chance to learn that cold doesn't care about your imagination status. Only icebergs, human icebergs. Only how to turn a human into an iceberg. One more thing, Mr. Bag. What's that, Ahmed? We also need you to open up a boarding restaurant to feed the homeless. Shit, as long as where am I get the money from? Grant City, taxpayer money, all free. Well, I'm gonna need a staff to run it. No problem. We got your back, Mr. Bag. And Gomalia, we stick together. So that means we're gonna feed the homeless people and house them for boarding, right? No. Well, you said the homeless people. That's usually a large number of people. No. When the homeless people show up, we say, "Oh, sorry, this program is only for immigrants from Bagmalia, from Gomalia." Well, what about when the city investigates and checks the record? Oh, that's no problem. We just tell them to talk with Oscar from. They come knocking on the door. We just tell them talk to Oscar from Sesame Street. They say, "Where is he?" He's on the TV set right now. When the show is over, check back with us later. Like, shit, where is he? They ain't figured out that he in there. That shit. That's a dumb question. They ain't figured out that he in the trash can doing the show. Say, shit. Well, if Oscar ain't around, where is he? Not right now. Come back later. He in the trash can doing the show right now. He on Sesame Street. Where? In the trash can? Yes. Same place the taxpayer money at. The trash can.